We have two great guests with us, two great men who are coaches and leaders in this community, and I'm so glad to have them on with us today. We have Mr. Will here repping the culture, and we have Mr. Buford here. Much love. Appreciate y'all coming on today.
Yes, sir.
Out to the
Appreciate you
people.
having us, man.
Already. So right now we're in the week 4, and we're gonna talk about the current state of African Americans and the future of what we got going on. All right.
Yeah, I
So
like that.
like always, y'all, we have the lead questions. We're gonna dial in. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna get this going. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So first question. Here we go. How do you all see the African American culture currently? Are we upset? Are we motivated? What are we right now? Will Trey, y'all, whatever want to start.
Oh, I mean,
Come in.
personally, I think people are more attentive now. You see that, not just us, like as a culture, but even the outside races. They see like, how we actually been treated for years. Like they're not turning a blind eye to it no more. Just with like all the media coverage, a big part of that was like social media. Everything gets out on social media faster anyway. So, um, and just by us being a younger generation, that's how we follow our news on social media. Like, we don't really, go on Channel 5, Channel 7,
Right.
look at
Right.
the news. We follow, Instagram. We see somebody repost something. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. Let me watch this video and see what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're more attentive now of what's going on in the community.
Right. Okay.
Uh, Upset or motivated? I would say we were motivated just because of the fact, like we saw everything that transpired this summer. Like the Black Lives Matter marches and stuff. How we were out there and we seen how good we could be if we come together as one. If we unite as one and
Mhm.
actually unite, like genuinely unite, like not separate after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like this push to get Trump out of office really united all the black people. Like actually
No.
people went to vote. Like states changed just because like the more popular areas and cities actually voted. So to answer the question, I think we motivated because we can see who we are as people together, like as one.
Absolutely. No, I feel the other way. I feel like, unfortunately, due to all these, horrific events that are going on with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and all this chaos going on the past couple of years, it really woke us up. And it specifically, I believe, it woke up Generation Z, which is us. We're in the front end of that. Generation Z started for 1997 through I think 2012, 14. I may be wrong, whatever have you, but I know where to start of it. And what enlightens me is to really see that people our age are now getting involved and seeing what's going on and realize that we can have a true impact. So that's very. I definitely feel like right now we are turning the curve and seeing that okay, we have a problem. Let's fix the solution. I like that.
Yes,
I
sir.
like that. All right. What are some aspects of the African American community that can be improved? From it can be education, communication, and community engagement. What y'all think?
Uh,
Education by far. Just knowing, the history of your people. I mean, it's what I'm saying. Just you think about it back when we was in school. Think about when we was in grade school. What did we really learn about? We learned about the basic civil rights people. Rosa, Martin, Malcolm. You know what I mean? You learn about Frederick Douglass.
Fred, because he from here, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? George Washington Carver. You really don't learn about, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, like, you know what I'm saying, the Black Panther Party or nothing like that. Um, Anything that you want to learn outside of like what they teach you in grade school, you have to go do that on your own. You know what I mean? Or your people, you know what I'm saying, your folks teach you, you know what I'm saying, that stuff. But they're like, very like really into Black history. I mean, even just like African history alone. I mean, I ain't really learned much about African history until I went to college. That was like my junior year when I took an African history class. Like, you know what I mean? Tamara Bailey,
Right.
shout out to Professor Bailey. I ain't learned nothing until I took her class for real. I ain't know nothing about none of that
Right.
stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So I would definitely say education, and even just simple communication though, knowing how to talk to your other, fellow Black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Treat, you know what I'm saying, everybody with the same respect that you want. Like
The rule.
we all, you know what I'm saying, we all treat each other the same way. You know what I mean? we all have class together. We support
Right.
each other. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
Uplift, you know what I'm saying, your fellow Black people. Don't try to tear them down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For me, I piggyback off what Mr. Berry said, just speaking on education, like knowing how to be educated. Like we graduated from college, you know what I'm saying? But Chris, you doing real estate. That's a prime example. You don't always need, like, you know what I'm saying, college education in order to be educated. Like it's ways to become educated without going to college or, you know what I mean?
Break the norm. That's what you're trying to say. Just break the norm.
Yeah, you don't have to be like, you gotta do this, and that to be successful. Like, I feel like that's a problem within our community. Like, people think it's a blueprint on, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I do this and I do that, I'm gonna get this. But they don't tell you about the bumps in the road. And then like community engagement, like what you did, Chris, you know, like what we was trying to do. Just picking up your community. Like, people need that stuff, like turkey drives and, you know what I mean, picking up the trash. Like, if it look like trash, it's gonna be trash. You know what I'm saying?
Things, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Shout out to y'all for real, because
Yeah, for sure.
just picking up the trash, like that's a job nobody want to do.
Yeah.
Y'all did that though. You know what I mean? Like, y'all
everybody won't complain
did it.
about it though. Everybody won't complain about it.
Yeah, like
Ain't nobody
oh,
gonna do
it's
nothing
dirty. You know what I'm saying? You could drive down the street. Oh man, it's filthy over here. It's dirty over here. But you ain't gonna get out of the car and fix it. But y'all did that though.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to
I appreciate that. Now,
Instead of getting out the car, I mean, some people add on, throw trash out the window.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I didn't have that happen to people. We were literally cleaning up, and somebody threw their trash out there like that. And I ain't gonna hold you. I let them have it. It was at a red light. I let them have it because that I'm gonna be frank. That's just trifling.
It's downright disrespectful.
And disrespectful. And at the end of the day, though, you know, we out here with community event. Don't get me wrong. I love my community and all that stuff. But I tell people all the time, I'm gonna keep making sure my people safe. You're not gonna make in my volunteers, whatever, the safety come first always. So if you will come any type of way, us doing work in the community, nah, dog, that's not how it's gonna go. I'm with everything, but let me get back. I mean, how about give me? But I do appreciate that, yeah, I really do. But
to this day,
but I would say, y'all hit it right on the point. It's education. That's one of the key aspects of our community that is really crippling. And to go back, dive a little deeper, as a former educator in the PG County public school systems, I saw firsthand that there's a lot of inconsistencies. You know, how funding is allocated. You have schools in PG County that's competing against one another for funding. When you have, you know, and y'all know property taxes is how the equity of schools are fed. That's how they get their funding. So it's unfair to have a place that have full of apartment buildings, something like that. Let's say like in Capitol Heights versus a school in Bowie, where you have more houses, more influential people. And so how can they compete? And that's messed up. And you have kids, you have 38 kids in a classroom to one teacher. And that was back in one of my second grade classes. Jeez. So it's no way.
Ratio is terrible.
As I'm saying, it's no way you can be successful like that. And just going back to the education piece, you know, that's something that we really need to hone in on. And as a really, I believe, one of the most national securities that people don't want to talk about. They always talk about gun control, which is important. Gun control, climate change, which is very important. Don't get me wrong, but the educational piece, man. If our kids aren't educated, aren't given the opportunity to have a free and equal education, which is stated in the Constitution that every student should have, then how can we say we have a country that's equitable for all? We don't. We don't have that. We don't have that in our communities, and we gotta fix that. We gotta fix that and make it sure that, hey, everybody given that same opportunity. And it's messed up that parents gotta pay $1,000 to go to these private schools.
Nah, yeah, but even like you were saying, education, like, you know, we live in Charles County, like, just like, so like I live, like where I live, like we could have went to any school, but they made us all go to McDonough, you know, it's like La Plata, it's endless schools, like they break up the neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? So that like they not, it's kind of like like how they design the regions, it's almost like based on race, almost. I mean, I don't want to say that, but you know what I'm saying? It's close to it.
Nah, like, you hit it right on the head for real.
Kinda, I mean, you know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
In the better schools are, you know, the people that don't look like us, they have more opportunities and stuff.
Right.
That's in like every county though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not even just our county, yeah.
Right. And then one thing you said, Trey, was very important. We got to bring back the vocational learning for real. Because like you said, college not for everybody. And it's okay.
And it's endless ways. Like trade, like you can own your own business. Like it's endless ways. Like it's not just one way. You know what I mean? Like to be in IT, you don't even have to go to college.
Get a certification.
That's what I'm saying. Like people don't even know that though.
Right. We got so stuck up now with just college, which is a great experience, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody not for that.
Yeah, that's hard, man. Being away, like think about us being in West Virginia, away from your family, away from people that look like you. That was tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, you gotta find the right group of people to make it fun.
Yeah, that's what we did, y'all.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's all you gotta do.
Yes, sir.
That's the hard and the easy part.
Yeah.
because it's hard. It's gonna be hard, but it was good to have that balance, man. It really was. All right, next question, y'all. I like the conversation, y'all. Let's keep this going. All right. Do you all believe public policies and the government is the only aspect that needs to be changed in order for our communities to prosper?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that is by far not the only thing that needs to change. Just the everyday mindset, though, as like, you know what I'm saying, Black people in general. I think all Black, you know, people should want better for themselves.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I'm saying, it's more out there than what you told, you know what I'm saying, what you're limited to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, you know, just that everyday aspect, you wake up, you just gotta think like it's more to, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just scratching the ceiling for real. Of what you can start on. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying, your whole organization, Chris, like y'all just, you know what I'm saying, y'all just barely opened the door for real. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Couple more, you know what I'm saying, couple months, maybe a year or two. Like the door gonna be flying open, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just the everyday, you know what I'm saying, thought of what you really want for yourself for real. Cause I mean, yeah, the government, you know, they in place for real, but it's like,
right,
you know,
Yeah,
they in place for everybody else.
My bad. To piggyback on what Bill said, just not setting limitations on yourself. You know what I mean? Because everything is impossible until it's done. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody say, like, you know, like everybody say you can't do this because they couldn't do it themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Because can't no man put another limitation on another man in any circumstance. You know what I'm saying? And then I would just say like a policy that needs to be changed, like not necessarily public, but just like the community policing thing. Like to piggyback on West Virginia, like when we was in West Virginia, we didn't see no police at all. You know what I'm saying? Like we might see one or like, you know what I'm saying, one every week. Like where I live, you see police every hour. Like, what are you doing?
Let's get one thing straight. When we went to school at, it was 6 officers on payroll.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It'd be 6 officers in one parking lot down here.
You feel me? Like, what are y'all doing? Every light, you see a police officer. You in your neighborhood, you see a police officer. You know what I'm saying? You go to 7-Eleven, the police officer. Like, come on, man. That don't make you feel comfortable.
It don't. Right.
Like, are we animals? Like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
That's true.
And I totally agree with that. You know, public policy, yes, it need to be stuff that need to be annulled or changed, whatever have you. But at the end of the day, change is within us. So if you don't want to step up and do the job, then you at the wrong place. I tell people all the time, you know, I tell people we do this communication. I say, look, we're gonna do our part, but you gotta do your part. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like I'm trying to end this battle. I'm not trying to keep fighting this joint. You know, the reason why we in this battle because people got lax. They got lax and they let just stuff go and let it, you know, let it be what it is today and let it just have the type of equality we have. We have an equality, but what's going to change? We need that equity. The equity is going to give us the resources we need. The equity is going to give us the business we need. The equity is going to allow us in order to invoke real changes within our communities. So that's we need that. That's the extra doses we need. All right. Do you believe African Americans know who they are as a people?
Like people, like
do they know?
Like
before
you saying like their history before slavery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about hell yeah.
No, I think we don't.
Nah, I mean, I already touched on it. What do you learn when you in grade school, man? What do you really learn?
Slavery.
Nothing. There's people out here that don't even know when the first, you know what I'm saying, when slaves were even sold in America. You know what I'm saying? What year? You know what I mean? They don't even know the true like, you know what I'm saying, the true meaning of June 19th. You know what I'm saying? Juneteenth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's just, I don't know. I definitely no. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think a lot of Black people really know. It's not that, you know what I'm saying, that they don't. It's also the fact that I don't think they really want to know. They cool just knowing, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing what, you know, what.
Why you say that?
I think a lot of, like, especially our younger generation, they're cool. They think it's cool to just know, like, oh yeah, we were slaves. But you gotta know what you came from before that, though. If you look at the history, a lot of African rulers, I mean, they ruled, you know, different ways. And, you know what I'm saying? You may not agree with the ways a lot of them ruled, but before, you know what I'm saying, any of the Europeans or the French or anything like that came over in different countries in Africa, you know what I'm saying, people of all color was in power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had all the total control.
Yeah, that's what I piggyback on Bill. Like, I mean, like slavery and all that happened. I don't want to downplay it, but when them people was taking our people, you think they was taking the worst or the best? You know what I'm saying? Like they was taking the best of the best. They not, you know what I'm saying? They not gonna take nobody that's, you know,
Like,
top
yeah.
10. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like not even trying to sound crazy. Like they taking the best of the best. Like it's a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like people need to know that we the best. We the head, not the tail. Like in sports and anything, like anything a black person want to do, we become the best at it. I don't know if people know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about how powerful, you know what I'm saying? Just even like the sports culture, even like in the just regular industry, you know what I'm saying? Black people are like just creating, like, you know, how innovative,
like our slang, like the way we speak. Everybody want to speak like
bro.
us.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like we set up how people dress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People want to copy our music, you know what I mean? All them people, you know what I'm saying, all them old blues singers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
rock and roll.
Come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got that from a black man.
Rock and roll, all of that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know it. They don't know, right? They don't know it. They don't. And do y'all think? Do y'all think they don't want to know, or is it that they're just?
I think
like you said,
it's not. Yeah, it's not accessible to them. So you know what I mean. They're not going to go out their comfort zone in order to learn something that's not really, you know.
I mean, it's like I say, like either, you know what I'm saying, the only opportunity or time you get, you know what I'm saying, in that position to actually learn about any of this stuff is either if you go to class, like go to college and take some type of course on it, or if you know what I'm saying, like somebody older than you who, or like somebody, you know what I'm saying, even your peer that just happens to know stuff about that educates you. Because most people ain't gonna go out their way to really learn this stuff for it. They just like, I mean, you know, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But nah. I think every black person should really know like the true history of black people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How we all, like, we not all the same, but we all come from the same background. Like, back, like even like, you know, like Cubans and like all of them people, we all came from the same place, got dropped off the boat in a different spot.
Exactly. All was picked up and took us to the same place. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nah, y'all spitting facts, man. That's wow. Y'all don't realize spitting facts. So let me ask y'all this. After all the horrific events in 2020, how do you see the culture moving forward with George Floyd being killed, Breonna Taylor, and all these Black Lives Matter protests? How do you see us moving forward?
I just feel like we got to keep our foot on people's necks. You know what I mean? Like we can't get comfortable. We can't get lax. We got to keep these people uncomfortable. Cause like, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay anything about George Floyd, but like Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, like all of that stuff has been happening. It's just, it ain't been no camera to record it. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff been happening since back in the day. You know what I mean? So I feel like we gotta keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Oh, wow.
I mean, I think people just gonna be more alert, you know what I'm saying? More attentive. Especially you gotta be more aware of your surroundings, you know what I mean? Like, or just more cautious, because it's like you could just be a regular everyday, you know what I'm saying, black man for real. And anything can happen to you for real. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like even like you said, Trayvon Martin, like that could have been any of us back then walking around. Or even Breonna Taylor just sleeping in the comfort of your home. You know what I'm saying? They come to the wrong door and you know what I'm saying, you dead.
Like Mike Brown, like all of them people, man.
Like you know what I'm saying? So like I think definitely moving forward, I think people are more alert of the strength you can have, strength in numbers, put it that way.
Yeah.
Like how if you know what I'm saying, if you all agree that something needs to change, the change can happen. Look at the election. You know what I'm saying? Everybody agreed that, you know what I'm saying?
Historical vote. Historical.
Exactly. Like even look at the state of Georgia. You know
Yeah.
what that just happened,
bro. That's crazy. Like people actually vote and something actually happened.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what's really powerful that too? Georgia told, and what pissing me, well, I don't say piss me off, but made me upset sometimes is that a lot of people say my vote don't matter. Georgia representative that your vote does matter. Like the influence of the metropolitan areas, all that came out of the metropolitan areas, like in Philadelphia and I don't know, the Atlanta metro area, all that stuff, like
Atlanta,
votes matter. So it's like, it's crazy. I'm liking to see people, like I said, people are waking up, but like Trey said too, you can't get laxed.
Oh no, just on the beginning. You you can't get complacent. You know what I'm saying? You can't think
Right.
this is it.
Just because Joe Biden won don't mean it's over, right?
We just scratching the surface for real. You know what I mean?
So how do you all? So we see it, you see it moving forward. So how do you all judge progress?
Damn, that's
I would say that's a good question, but I would definitely say, you know, based on let's think about, you know, over this past summer, like, you know, what all took place, just the peaceful, you know what I'm saying, protests. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would judge it based on how do we build from that. Like, what's the next step that we take? You know what I mean? Right. Okay, we got a change in the White House. We got a couple of changes in, like, you know, Senate or whatever. But what's the next step? You know what I'm saying? Do we try to uplift and, you know what I'm saying, progress in our communities itself? You know what I mean? Or do we just, you know, get lax here? I want to see, you know, let's see 5 years down the line. Let's see what happens. Right. With this whole, you know, whole movement, you know what I'm saying, that kind of started for real.
Right.
Yeah, we just got to stay consistent. Because progress can be measured, you know what I'm saying, a lot of ways. Right. It's not just one way you can measure progress. It's just like what it means to you. Like for me, progress just seeing like our people come together, like how you clean up, you know what I'm saying, give stuff to people that's less fortunate than us. You know what I mean? I think, and black people, I don't think black people understand, like, just because somebody's less fortunate, you don't mean you have to look down on them, but we still have to build our own community, you know what I mean? Absolutely. And you don't have to be rich to give back, you know what I mean?
Exactly. One thing, you give back in more ways than just money.
Yeah, right. Just time with a person, you know? You never know what a person fighting through. You sitting there talking to them, that could change their life, you know what I mean?
But like you said, though, like, you shouldn't look down on nobody either, though.
Yeah.
Everybody get up, put their shoes on just like you do.
For real. You never know how close you is to being how that person, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you ever
talk wrong turn or like one wrong decision or something away from being in the same boat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I read at my Sunday, my church, my pastor was like, you know, God don't like people with titles. He don't like people that have think you better or have a title in your life, because you know you can be in the same, like I said, in the boat, the same person. You know, that's something real, and that's why we try to go out there humble as we can be, and do what we got to do in the community. You know, it doesn't, like, for I would say all the time, it doesn't matter what organization does. It doesn't matter who does, about what we doing, about who we serving, about those we impacting. So that's the main bulk of that. And one thing, our 10 strategy is, okay, we're realizing the communities, we realize the problem in our communities. So in order for us to affect change, to judge progress for us, is that we want to work with our community. You know,
see, like, what's the biggest issue we could turn around in our community first?
I would say going back, it's education and communication.
All right.
It goes back to that, because you got in DC, they're killing everybody, killing somebody every day.
Mm-hmm. Baltimore too.
My friend, my mom's girlfriend, daughter, she was sitting in her car, and is it breaking up? Zagging? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Okay, yeah. So she was.
Yeah, you good? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I want to cut that part out, man.
She was. It's all right, I can edit it out. I ain't worried about it. I can edit it out. I can edit it out. I ain't worried about that. But she you know, so she was sitting in her car in her driveway, and she was with her friend, and somebody sprayed up the car. She was 21 years old. She's still living. She's in hospital. She's doing well. But it's stuff like that. People just feel like it's okay if you just shoot a gun and shoot somebody. It's not a toy. Like, guns aren't toys. Like, it's not something that you can come back from. And so many cases you hear nowadays, you know, people killing this person, killing their mother, killing their cousin, killing their friend. It's just like, we have to learn that we got to communicate more than just from a gun or from violence. We got to change that. We got to change that. Too many people dying. Too many young people dying every day. And
no, like you said, you can't come back from that. When you use that gun or whatever deadly force, if a person is dead, that means they're not coming back. So I think people need to understand, like, you know, what's going to happen if you have to go to that extent.
Right. Yeah, man. We just, you know, that's why I'm so important. We gotta push communication, and we gotta push education. And education not just through school, but through, like, vocational, like we talking about, push vocational workshop. And a lot of people say, a lot of times people want to put STEM education. I mean, STEM is cool, but everybody don't like math and science. So everybody isn't. I know I'm not a big math and science guy. I'm more of an English, history, you know, communication. That's my thing. So what are you gonna do for those kids? So it's like, we have to really change the course of what's going on. All right, let's go. Let's go. Do you all see a shift in people's mindsets toward how we can achieve equality, equity in our future,
Yeah,
especially in this younger generation?
yeah. Just think about how many times you see somebody post support black business or buy black. You know what I mean? So I think just from that alone, like, I mean, come on, we young people, we spend majority of our time on social media, like, you know what I'm saying, throughout the day, all day, every day. So you all, you know what I'm saying, you always going to support, your friends or try to support some type of young black business or whatever. So I definitely do see a shift in mindsets because the first people ain't doing that. People wasn't even reposting their friends stuff for real, or even they were posted, but they won't buy from it. You know what I mean? Or even tell their man like, oh, I think you should go, you know what I'm saying, go to this dude. He black, he sells this, that, and the third. It's the same thing you getting from this store for real, but it might be better quality for real. Right. But I definitely, you know what I'm saying, see a shift in people's mindset, especially like us, our generation. Because I think we think more progressive, you know what I mean? We have, we all starting to set like goals for ourselves or things that we want to achieve, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even like long-term goals. It could be short-term goals, but I think we have, major things that we want to accomplish in our young early lives right now. So I think, it's definitely a shift in mindset.
Yeah, just agree. Yeah, I definitely, I see people shifting their mindset, just to see like like Bill said, the quality, you know what I'm saying, is more important than the quantity. So like a youngin want to get a shirt, it's the same material as Nike's making, but it's from a black person, you know what I mean? Chris has those sweatshirts that I never received, but we're gonna support him.
Oh,
hey, I'm gonna place my order right now too.
People, we gonna support regardless. We're gonna support our people.
I'm working on those.
Mask or something, Chris.
Yeah, and then just the mindset. The people on the mindset. People need to want a product or something without asking for a discount. Because when you go to Nike, you don't ask for no discount.
Exactly. I mean, that's just like, I know y'all probably seen the post. It's like, you know what I'm saying, you could have a lemonade stand. And I think it was like, you know what I'm saying, but your friend ain't gonna buy for you because you're not giving them a discount on the giant. He'll go spend $3.50. You know what I'm saying? He'll go spend $3.50 at the other shop. Yours is $2, but you're not giving him a discount, so he'll go spend the $3.50. But I think that's starting to shift though, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are starting to support black business, which is great. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that. Just don't bash them if they don't give you what, you know what I'm saying, the service that you need, because then you just put another black person down.
To piggyback on that, how many times McDonald's had messed up your order and you kept going back? If a youngin messed up your order one time, come on, man. Come on.
That's what I was saying. Like, you can't
think about it.
Bad talk them, because it's like bad talk them. It's already hard enough for them to get their name out there and get their business going. So if you bad talk them, who's really gonna want to? I ain't gonna mess with them. They just messed that person order up, or they gave them the wrong size or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna do that.
Right. No, and that's something we always preach, that we got to build back Black Wall Street. We got to be able to circulate the black dollar again, especially in areas like District Heights, where I'm be for real with y'all. I'm seeing a lot of and let me say this. We're not an organization that just want to just throw out black people and just say everybody else. But we got to worry about ourselves. We got to get ourselves together. And what I'm seeing now in District Heights is that a lot of gentrification is coming. Like they do in DC, like they're trying to do in Baltimore. So it's coming to our area. And so what we really need to do is really need to build the black economy, build the black dollar. Because the reason why they went to Tulsa and burned it down and got a different visit Tulsa, Oklahoma, doing their Black Wall Street in Tulsa, is because the white people's like, oh,
they fearful.
Exactly. Like they were sustaining themselves. They didn't need help from they didn't need government assistance. They didn't need help from
black people with money.
Right. They were able to sustain their own wealth, and that's what we need to get back to, so we can make change, make influence. We don't have to ask for nobody to do a Rooney Rule. Like, for example, Airbnb, he did not get hired, but you got these other little crazy little one-time coaches.
Sidetrack.
Crazy.
I think that is the craziest rule in all the professional sports. So you're telling me you just have to interview one person of color, even though you know you're not gonna hire them, but you still got to interview because that rule. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Because as a black man, how does that make you feel? Like, oh, I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I don't got a shot to get this, but I'm gonna still go in and interview. You probably don't even interview for real. They probably just, you come in and you may not even interview for real. You already know you're not gonna get the job.
I think it's smart. I think it's smart that he ain't leave though. You know what I mean? Because he in a good position. They can go.
He is.
You know
He
what I'm
is.
saying?
Sure.
Yeah,
But just having that title of a head coach besides you as a black man in a predominantly white coach sport, you know what I mean?
right.
All the players black for real, but the coaches white.
Right. And I think, and again, so this is gonna lead me to my next thing is that well, where can I find the question? But what I want to talk about that is that you see people talk about Black Lives Matter, you see people in the movement, but are they really with it? That's just a prime example of it. Are they really? Do you think people are really?
I want no. Like you said, I want to see what people do behind closed doors. I don't want to see what you do in your pictures, what you're doing in your videos, walking down the street. I don't want you to have all the shirts and gear and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what you really stand on when it's just you.
Right.
No camera. Nobody around to see.
Mm-hmm. That's big. That's big. All right, y'all. Here we go. We're gonna move around a little bit. Okay. What/whom influence our culture the most? Are their influence influential or not? So I'm talking more like our music, culture, athletes.
What influences?
Yeah. So
LeBron.
What/whom influences our culture the most? And part two of the question: are those influential or not?
Think about it.
LeBron.
Think about it. We all three young black males. What do we watch the most? We listen to music. We watch sports. Those two right there influence how we dress, influences how how some of us act. You know what I'm saying? Influences how some of us want to be as a man. You know what I mean? I also think like your family for real should really be the ones that influence you too, because they're gonna influence you how you feel as a black person, how you think as a black person, and how you want to be as a black person as well. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, because those are the people you around the most. Whole life.
All right.
So
I asked this question because I see a lot of times, and it's a lot of times that especially our young kids, and Trey, you're a coach. A lot of times they idolize these young rappers, and there's a lot of great ones out there. A lot of doing great stuff. A lot of great athletes.
There's a lot of them that lead them down the wrong path too.
Exactly. Right. And it's what they see, and a lot of times it's the only male figure they have in their home sometimes, or they see.
But let me side. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say this. Mm-hmm. I would say just from seeing Trey team and their organization and stuff, a lot of those kids look up to their coaches because their coaches is our age. Their coaches only about what, like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 11 years older than them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, they see most of y'all went to college and played ball in college, got jobs and stuff. Like, that's something for them to strive for, you know what I mean? So that's big. That's really big for real.
Right.
I would say we look up to like LeBron, because I mean, like LeBron, whatever LeBron say, people gonna do black, white, yellow, brown. You know what I'm saying? LeBron like the president for real. I ain't gonna even lie to you. LeBron say do this, people gonna do that. Like he don't like, you know what I'm saying? People don't really feel how he feel, but like when he speaks, everybody listens. He like on Muhammad Ali level. You know what I mean? Like just how he socially reforms. Like athletes didn't do that back in the day. Like I'm not compared to two, but like Jordan ain't never do that. Yeah, Kobe ain't never do that. Tiger Woods ain't never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like all the top black athletes never did what LeBron does. KD don't even do that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Kyrie do that. Like, but nobody really doing
not as big as LeBron.
Yeah, ain't nobody
like LeBron. Like basically what LeBron's word is law, especially in that sport itself.
Yeah, right. And think about him though. Like aside from basketball, how much money he make aside from basketball? A man that didn't go to no college. You know what I mean? Opening schools. Jalen Rose too. Opening schools. If you graduate from LeBron school, you can go to any school in Ohio for free. He'll pay for it. You know what I mean? Like Ohio State, any school.
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? That's tough. And it's not just black kids. It's just kids
in general.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the most important thing. It's not about we're way beyond just black. Just it's about making America that's for us. That's for everybody. Not just
back live with you, player.
Back live with you. Back live. If people want to unite, or some people just say to be PC.
PC, what is that?
Politically correct.
Oh.
Yeah, PC. I mean, once again, it come down to what are you doing behind closed doors? What is your real like? What do you like? You can say anything to like a group. Like if somebody could be in here with us, they can say anything to make it sound good to us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what do you really feel? Like, what do you really think? You know what I mean? So it's like, I think you just want to be PC.
Yeah, I feel like that. People just say Black Lives Matter, but then go into your neighborhood and go kill your mans, or then go leave your trash all over the place, and then just do
And
that
that, yeah,
consistently.
yeah, and that,
Right.
and that's coming from people that's all color.
Right. Exactly. Like it's a lot of things that people got to realize. Like, look, dog. I mean, if you, like I say all the time, the change is within you as a self. So don't talk about. Like, we're really those. You know, sometimes people are so quick to want to go for a march.
Yeah,
They want to go march, but all marching does bring awareness to the situation. The awareness is out. People are already here. They shocked.
people want to be seen on the television, on the news, like, oh yeah, y'all can see me in this clip right here. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But like, are you marching for, you know what I'm saying, the actual cause, or are you marching just to be seen?
Right. And sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes it's like, I mean, I don't know. Some people say they care, but then like we tell them to do better. It's like, oh no, you talking bad about my people. Da, da, da. Like, nah, bro, I'm gonna hold you
They take that
accountable.
as I mean, people don't take that as a challenge. They take that as an attack. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like you disrespecting them. I'm just trying to challenge you to uplift yourself.
Right.
Want better for yourself.
Yeah, I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of living like garbage. Like I don't understand like why black people, why we gotta live a certain way, but then you go to Alexandria, Virginia, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, step
Like,
down to Old Town.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. But like it's a whole different vibe and work. Like, why can't we have that? It's no reason. It's a want to. It's a will. You know, it's
Yeah, you gotta want it.
you
If you don't want it, it ain't never gonna happen.
Right. Right. So, okay, what does it mean to change, and do you think it's necessary to achieve what we want as a culture?
That's a tough question. Yeah, Chris, you might go ahead and handle that John first.
No, I got you. So, change. I would say change is a difficult thing. Change is something that it does take time, but however, the change is doable. But you have to be willing to put the work in, like we've been saying, put the work in. You know, and I do believe, you know, we touched on this earlier. You know, it's going to take more than just government policies and enormous like that to influence change our communities. It's going to have to come from with us. It's going to have to come people saying enough is enough. Like, it's going to come to people realize caring about each other again. Like, it's going to come back from people saying like, we got to do better. We got to want better. Like you got, like, this is no fun. I used to have parents who dropped their kids off to school smelling straight weed, and then get mad at the teacher for disciplining your child. Like, and the whole time, like, my school, like, you live in blocks, like, it wasn't far. You nobody lived, well, you was supposed to live, but you live in like a little area. But like at some point, when are you gonna take ownership? Like, you got parents, like, this is no joke. There was a kid in my class, and he was misbehaving in another class, and his mom was shadowing him throughout the whole day. And she came in there, and I saw him throughout the day, and he was just cutting up in class and doing whatever and laughing and acting wild. We know your parent come to your class, you like this. You like, all right, I ain't gonna do nothing.
I'm gonna put my hands on the desk. You know,
that's how we were. But nowadays it's like that people just want to blame the teacher, want to blame everybody else, but don't want to look at the solution. They want to blame, but they don't want to like say, okay, this is the problem. Let's fix it.
Well, I think parents start to realize that the kid is the, you know what I'm saying, the extension of themselves. You know what I'm saying? If you allow your kid to act like that, then you know that we're gonna look at you like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so much I can do.
Yeah.
Like, I can lead you to water, but you gotta drink it.
We gonna drink it. You know what I mean? It's
like,
it's up to you.
Trey, how you feel?
I mean, I think like we always have to change. Like, you know, like we can't stay constant because you either getting better or you getting worse. If you staying the same, you're not getting no better. So like to achieve the necessary things we want as a culture, like we have to change and just evolve as people. Like change the way we think, change the way we act, change the way we eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that goes on as time too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like not right now.
Time going to change for real,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be able to adapt and roll with that. You know, roll with the punches. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna. I got two more questions for y'all. We're gonna wrap this joint up. Now y'all want to see that game? I got y'all. All right. What does Black History Month mean to y'all?
You really gonna ask me to?
Man, like Bill said, man.
I gave a whole speech on this.
Yeah, to me, it means disrespect, man. They give us the shortest month. Every day, every month is Black History Month, Black History Day, Black History Week, Black History Year. Because nothing that we have in this country would be here without us. All the free labor that we did, and you know what I'm saying? Everything that we have.
We built this country on our blood, sweat, and tears.
You feel me? And we don't get no respect as people, as men, you know what I'm saying? As Black women, you know, our kids, none of that.
Hey, I'm 100% with Trey. Black History Month is every day. Put it that way. Celebrate it every day. My challenge to anyone that's going to watch this, especially as a Black person or even a non-Black person, just look up the history on a Black person. Like, you don't gotta be famous. Look up something about Black people, the Black culture, at least once a day. Just educate yourself on it.
Right. And it's
like you understand more.
This country was built by African Americans, and it's from everything from stoplight to cities,
the White House
to just everything was touched. Like Coca-Cola, like it's a whole ramp of things that was influenced and built by African Americans. And you're right, it's the shortest month. We get the shortest month, you know, but it's a constant learning. You know, people should just, like in school, like y'all say in school, only time you talk about Black history is during Black History Month. And then during that Black History Month, all you learned about the first 2 weeks was slavery.
Side note. I remember, I think I was in like 3rd grade, baby. They made us do like a wax museum project. And you had to dress up as like a certain, you know what I'm saying, figures from the Black history of Black community. But they gave you a list to choose from. You couldn't think of your own. You had to do it from a list. So that just teaches you right there. It's people that they want you to know about, but it's others that they don't even want to teach you about. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, I think, you know, just to get like a little story or whatever, I did a book report in elementary school. And you had to pick, you know what I'm saying, just any Black person you could, you know what I mean? Well, they had a list, but I went outside the list because I'm like, man, this list is just like the basics, you know what I'm saying? Frederick Douglass, Martin, Malcolm, Muhammad Ali. So I did, you know, the coach from Remember the Titans. And when I turned that joint in, the teacher looked at me like, who is this? I never heard of this, this guy. I'm like, have you seen the movie Remember the Titans? And she said no. She went home and watched it that same night and came back the next day and said, thank you for just, you know, basically just putting her on to it for real.
Right.
So I mean, it's little things like that.
and side note, what you just said too, like the education process don't stop. Like you could be young, teach somebody old, somebody new. So like, especially young people watching this, you know, you can teach somebody something, and that's the humble stuff. Like you got to be able to say, okay, I may not know this, but somebody can teach me something different.
Okay, I'm 25 years older than this dude, but he just taught me something. Like you just got to have that mind, put your pride to the side, and just, you know what I'm saying, want to learn something that you don't know.
You can learn something for anybody, man. You gotta be able to listen and understand.
Yeah, people be shooting the messenger and missing the message, man. That's always though. Anybody can teach you anything in life.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I would say that too. You know, as a messenger, sometimes I know, especially when I'm speaking in front of people, it's like, sometimes I do have to be mindful of how I say in the tone, because that can really interpret it, different impressions from people. So you always want to keep the good tone, or, you know, stance of how you talk about stuff too. That's very important.
It's all about how you deliver it.
Right. Absolutely. All right, y'all. I got the last one for y'all. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this one. What future do you all want to live in? How do you see the future?
That's a tough question.
I just want to be free, man. Like people be saying, you know, free this, free that. I just want to come outside my house and feel like a policeman not
yeah.
following us. You know what I mean? I just want to be free. Like I want to be with my man Bill, and we outside talking. Me, you, Chris. You know, we outside talking, and the person just don't roll up on us, ask us what we doing here, and do y'all belong? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I got every right to be here the same way you do. You know what I'm saying? I just want, you know, be free. Like it sounds simple, but you know, it's more to it.
I want put it this way, from like a personal aspect. I mean, I got 2 little nieces. I want when they get my age, you know what I'm saying? I want them to live in a world that's like full of love, not hate. You know what I mean? Got love for everybody, you know what I'm saying? They love everybody. You know what I mean? So that's what future I want to live in. It's a future that, you know what I'm saying, we don't put people that's the same color as us down, and people that's not the same color as us don't try to put us down or don't fear us. They welcome us. You know what I mean? So
right. Like, and I feel the same way. I just want to live in life where African Americans and all people rights are never interfered with, deprived of ever again. You know, our rights, liberty, and civil happiness is never interfered with, deprived of again. We got to make sure, like, it's in the Constitution as Americans. You know, we live in this country, so we have as much rights as anybody. It doesn't matter your title, no matter where you come from, no matter your social economic status, your family. It doesn't matter. You know, if this is a country made equal for every man, woman, and child, then let's live up to the Constitution for once.
exactly.
Let's live up to it. So I'm with it, y'all. So hey, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast, man. We dived in deep. I had such a great time talking to these great 2 brothers right here, man, doing a lot of great work.
Appreciate you for having us.
Hey, we gotta do this again.
Hey, Chris, follow us back on the page.
Hey, me and Bill about to start one. Back door. Where you at?
Hey, Trey, where you at?
Back door.
Hey, y'all. We always, man. I love how y'all on again. We're gonna keep doing this. And y'all know, hey, y'all want to join an organization? Y'all already know. Just hit me up. We can talk whatever.
Nah, we definitely want to join an organization. Hey, we need to do this. We need to do this.
Apply?
No, like y'all can just meet.
Is there any formal application?
No, ain't no formal application. We just go out we do a little. Well, let me close this out. All right, y'all. Stay tuned with us. Our time is now. Here we go, babe.